Hello, my name is Gary, and I was raised in the Western United States, so I'm a native English speaker. I hope that you will enjoy this YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us.
The paired vases of the Qianlong era. These pieces were made in the 18th century for the court of the Qianlong Emperor, one of the greatest, if not the greatest, collectors of Chinese art. The vases bore his reign mark on the base, a clear and unmistakable sign of their imperial origin. The Qianlong Emperor, known for his refined taste and deep passion for the arts, was the greatest patron of Chinese art in history. Remarkably, these precious artifacts were purchased in the early 1930s by a woman from a noble European family. Over time, they were passed down through the generations, eventually coming into the possession of the current owner, who had no idea she was the custodian of such historically and artistically significant treasures. Authenticating objects like these requires a trained eye and a deep understanding of the many subtle cues that reveal their origin. One must consider the quality of the clay used, the finish and character of the glaze, the style and layering of the enamel painting, and even the specific color palette, since certain hues were only used during specific periods in Chinese porcelain production. In addition, the shape of the object is important, and in this case the vases took a form that carried symbolic meaning. Their shape was one traditionally associated with fertility and the coming of the new year, both auspicious themes in Chinese culture. Beyond the technical elements, the symbolic meaning embedded in the decoration of these vases is also crucial. Chinese decorative art is rich with visual language, where nearly every flower, animal, or object conveys a blessing or wish. Sometimes a single motif represents a specific virtue or fortune. Other times, combinations of images enhance and deepen the symbolic message. These vases, for example, feature a stunning display of crabapple blossoms and peonies on their upper bulbs. In Chinese, the word for crabapple sounds similar to the word for hall, which in traditional Chinese homes often refers to the main family hall, symbolizing the household or lineage itself. The peony, on the other hand, is widely known as the flower of wealth, prosperity, and high status. Together, these elements form a well-understood message, a wish for wealth and honor to grace the entire family. To truly appreciate the craftsmanship, one must look closely at the butterfly included in the design. The wings are rendered with such delicacy and finesse that they appear almost transparent, fluttering gently in the sunlight and catching the light with every graceful movement. It's a remarkable example of the painter's skill in conveying life, motion, and fragility in a still object. One of the most delightful aspects of this discovery was that the vases came as a pair. In traditional Chinese art, paired objects are never exact duplicates. Instead, they are designed to complement one another. While each vase may feature the same subjects, identical flowers or butterflies, for instance, they are painted in slightly different ways, creating a subtle harmony. Viewed individually, one might mistake them for being the same, but when placed side by side, the unique differences become apparent. It's this artistic approach that transforms them from mere copies into complementary masterpieces, echoing the cultural belief in balance and duality. What does the word custodian mean in the sentence, "She was the custodian of such historically and artistically significant treasures"? Buyer, caretaker, historian, thief. Caretaker. What are subtle clues in this sentence? Authenticating objects like these requires a trained eye and a deep understanding of the many subtle clues that reveal their origin. Obvious facts, tiny, hard-to-notice hints, loud sounds, mistakes. Tiny, hard-to-notice hints. What does auspicious mean in this sentence? Their shape was one traditionally associated with fertility and the coming of the new year, both auspicious themes in Chinese culture. Lucky or promising, sad or tragic, strange or unusual, outdated. Lucky or promising. What does finesse mean in this sentence? The wings are rendered with such delicacy and finesse that they appear almost transparent, fluttering gently in the sunlight. Skill and grace, anger and force, confusion, speed. Skill and grace. What does fluttering mean in this sentence? The wings are rendered with such delicacy and finesse that they appear almost transparent, fluttering gently in the sunlight. Moving lightly and quickly, screaming, falling slowly, spinning fast. Moving lightly and quickly. What does complement one another mean in this sentence? In traditional Chinese art, paired objects are never exact duplicates. Instead, they are designed to complement one another, replace each other, look identical, go well together, stay far apart. Go well together. What does the word duality mean? Having one part only, having two parts or sides, being very small, being very fast. Having two parts or sides,